are living your dream, you are applying, attracting those thoughts, those conversation. If we have been working together, there's no coincidence in both in our respective life. We've been asking for that, and we have it. And I don't know for you, but for me, it's been an experience that even though if I was dreaming and intentionally wanting somebody fabulous that would be able to do this work, this went beyond my expectation. And I'm so grateful to have met you, Eric. It's such a blessing, and you're such a pleasure to work with. You are on time, you have integrity, you are passionate about what you do, and really, honestly, you're just, I love you. I love you, love you,
Well,
love you.
well, thank you, Lilou. It's hard to know how to respond to that, other than to echo and reciprocate. But I suppose what I can add to that is that I have learnt a lot from it, and I think possibly I've learnt more in a shorter time from working with you than I've learnt previously from other projects. Um, and so I'm probably a different person in a way. I've grown, I think. Um, so yeah. So thank you.
And you're
And
ready to take on my second book, because I
I
don't want to share.
yes,
I don't want to share. I haven't yet started to send the memos to you. It's still very much a secret, but it's very exciting. And
yes.
we'll get started. We're gonna get
Uh,
started. I think in 2-3 weeks, maybe a month maximum. We'll start putting this new book together, because it's the
Excellent. Yeah.
Juicy Living series. That means it's just the
Yeah.
first one.
Eh, yes, maybe I should hold this up to.
Ah, cool.
But I hope we have a bit more time to do it, um, because there was some experience doing it in a few weeks. I mean, I'm not sure if anyone else has done
We
that before,
broke a record,
but I
Eric.
I prefer to take it for the record. I don't think it's been done probably, but I would like to do it a bit more in a bit more leisurely fashion.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So right now, what is your mission? Can you share it with us?
Well, in one sentence, I think it's to empower empowerers. In other words, I mean, it sounds maybe a bit twee, if that's the word, but it's to I'd like to make the world a better place through helping people who are good at doing that, but perhaps not so good at communicating in the in the form of the written word.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I think one of the most important things, one of the most effective ways of improving the state of the world, to take it down to something fairly practical, is just simply educating women in the developing world.
Hmm.
And I have to think about that. I mean, ultimately, that's what I'd like to contribute to a charity, or now that's a bit of a way off at the moment, but I think that's very effective. I think
Great.
um, I suppose I'm a feminist actually, and I think men have had too much power and control, and they've to some extent have messed up the world. So
So you want to attract, but so that's a beautiful vision, and you want to attract other people too, that are like me, that want to write a book, but because I'm clear that without you this wouldn't be possible, and so you're a gift in my
y-
life to be able to, yes, to share, and to make this possible, and to have made this book possible. So it's not because there's people like you that actually take raw text and then transform them.
mm, yes, I mean it's your type of work is the stuff I want to do. But it's also a matter, once I have sufficient income, I need to, well, perhaps I should, I mean, I suppose in a way I do, I spend my money on fairly good things, but I would like to think carefully about contributing to something like the education of to work with people like you, and then devote a portion of my income to a specific charity or organization
Yeah.
that's involved with educating
And
women in yeah.
there's a memo in my book where I share that the law of tithing, where it's about giving 10% of
Tithing,
your
that's right.
10% of your income. So it doesn't have to be, I think, one day, maybe out there, but it can be right now from the income that, you start receiving,
Yes.
just 10% of that to give that back. And
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes it already, it's like you're living that in the present moment, and there's
Yes,
nothing
well,
more beautiful.
effectively, I've done it to a huge extent because the
There you
last
go.
book I took on that was dropped by the publishers. I actually did that. I ended up it's a fantastic woman called Angela Bailey. That's her pen name. Amazing woman who's come through horrendous trials and tribulations. And initially, she did start paying me a bit for helping her, but she ran out of money, and then I decided just to do it for nothing, and potentially a share of royalties. So that was years of work. So I think that's tithing in a big way, in a way. So,
Yeah, and then
but
but
I mean,
and I think,
if I start to,
yeah, and I do think some of us are very generous, and we keep on putting stuff out there, but it's also then, you want to attract that abundance too in your own life, and know that you're worth of
yes,
receiving,
yes, yes.
what, because you are a gifted writer. So it's that 10% is great, but I think for us that are generous and wanting to make a difference anyway, we would be ready to not be paid for it. But so there is some, we gotta be a little bit more methodical sometimes, maybe, to.
Absolutely, and that's another thing I get from your book and from your approach. I need to be, yeah.
But thank you so much. I am so thankful I met you, and what a delight to be able to share your work and our experience together in this video. I'm gonna split it in two parts because we went way
It's
beyond
quite long,
10
yes.
minutes, as expected. I send you much love.
Thank you,
And,
you too, Lilou.
and I look forward us doing maybe some more of these in the
Yeah.
future.
Bien sûr. À toi aussi et à la prochaine.
Ah, ça fait plaisir d'entendre parler français.
Oui, un peu.
À bientôt!
À bientôt.